she was, and she's still a strong woman and strong-willed. She taught us a lot about business too, right? And consistency. My mom was a very consistent person.
I think I got whatever I am capable of doing when it comes to communication from her, and her fashion sense.
Oh yeah, that one too
really
about my
appreciate
mom, yeah. There was just a way they were able to enforce discipline on us.
For me, every time she was giving up time, energy, effort, it was communicating to me that I was worthy enough to receive that time, that energy,
to
that
be
effort.
invested on.
One piece of wisdom that my mom passed down that I still apply today is always trust God above any human. Sweet mother, I don't go forget you. For this suffer way you suffer for me. The content of this podcast is for informational purposes only. For medical advisory and care, please consult your healthcare provider. Welcome to the Road to Motherhood podcast, where we talk about all things becoming a mom. I am very excited for today's episode because we have another two-timer guest. My beautiful in-law, Grace. Grace, welcome. Good to have you again.
Thank you so much. It's always an honor.
Thank you.
I had fun the last time. Thank you.
We had a good time. Thank you.
Yes, we did.
So please introduce yourself just in case there's anybody who didn't watch the last episode you were on. Even though if you haven't, please watch it. It's a really good episode. So please go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Okay. Once again, my name is Grace Singuso. I stay in Canada, Manitoba, Winnipeg. I'm a nutritionist. I'm a mother of three, a set of twins, and another beautiful girl. And I'm just here to have fun.
Welcome. Thank you so much again for coming.
Yes.
So you already know the flow. You know how it goes. I ask questions, you give answers. Yes. But in this episode, it's a bit different.
Okay.
So we've already gotten your Road to Motherhood story. So now we're going to dedicate this episode to our own mothers.
Oh, good.
So we've talked about ourselves becoming moms, but let's go into a bit more detail about our own mothers and the way we see them now, and we can reflect on them now that we are now adults and fully grown. Yeah. So I pulled some questions, some fun questions from the internet. And so I'm just going to pull them up and we'll go through them. Okay. So the first one. Right, let's pull it up. The first one is about mannerisms and sayings. So are there any mannerisms that your mom had when she was growing up, or any sayings she used to say that really stuck with you? And even till now as an adult, you remember them? Yeah,
my mom, there's some sayings that she does. There are a lot of them, but this particular one is gasaho, and gasaho means go and shower. So most times it's usually a Sunday call to wake up, to get ready, go eat if you have to, and get going for service. So Sundays is a big thing for us. So whenever that call comes out, you better be up and doing, right? So now we joke about it, but even till now, once in a while, she still says it. You know, I think it just stuck with her, and then we say it and we all laugh about it. And anybody that's gone through our house or our home, we had a lot of people go through our home, you know, that also stuck with them. Like it's always it's one thing she always says, And I think I see myself saying that to Sundays or the kids getting ready to shower. Once in a while, I slide that too in, and they're like, Mom, what are you saying? But I kind of give them the background, but it's also, I think every mom does that. Go get ready. Have you eaten? Have you showered? Have you done, you know, it's just a wake-up call for everybody,
Gas. I like it. Okay, so what mannerisms or sayings did my mom have when we were growing up? Several, like you said, several things. One of them actually, it's a saying that her father used to tell them as kids. Okay. So I think the sayings of my grandfather really stuck with my mom and my uncles and aunties. So this one was, Anadi didn't give birth to a goat.
Oh, okay.
So it's when they did something maybe not as smart as one would expect, or not as good as you should do. Yeah. And I think he would be cautioning them and saying, and Annie did not give birth to a goat.
Yeah.
And I remember one day my mom said it, and I was like, where did this come from? I'm not a goat. But the way she said it, and then I found out the history behind it, that my grandfather used to say
somewhere,
it.
yeah.
So that's one that I've never forgotten. And she didn't say it so many times, though. But I just recall the first time I heard her say it, and I was like, this thing sounds like so powerful, so much, so direct. So shape up. Don't shape
and
up.
you got the message right.
And I got
away.
the message.
Yes.
Nobody had to explain again.
No, you get
and
it.
Adaeze did not give birth to a goat. And Adaeze is my mom's maiden name. And that's my grandfather's name. So he's saying he did not give birth to a goat. So
that's good.
Let's see. Next question. What's one funny thing about your mom that makes you laugh? Let's go with that.
Okay, one funny thing about her is that when my mom there's this level she gets to. Either maybe she's upset or she's trying to stress a point or she's praying, she switches to English. And once my mom gets into that English levels, you either got to just sit down, give her time. So that's one thing that we laugh about it, but it's always a trigger like, oh, here goes a sermon or a prayer or a caution or some long speech. So we always laugh about it. So when she just, from maybe speaking English, Igbo, and then she just switched to English, okay, you got to pay attention. Yeah, it's serious. So we laugh about it, but yeah, that's something that makes her very unique.
Switching from Igbo to English.
Straight on, yeah.
Okay, so for my mom, one funny thing about her is just how she cracks jokes. So she can make anybody laugh.
Okay.
Like she's a jokester. And it's hard to just think of one joke she has ever made that really stood out, but it's like all of them stand out because they're just funny. The way she talks and tells stories and recounts things that have happened in the past, it all just sounds very funny. And she just has a funny comedic side to her. So yeah, she's a really funny person, and she really livens up the place too. Yeah. Oh my gosh, Dr. Blair.
Okay.
I have to talk about that. Okay, so
Dr.
there's a
Blair.
pediatrician that my parents and our family, we lived in London for a while when we were kids, and I don't know how it happened, but my mom encountered this doctor called Dr. Blair.
Okay.
Until today, as I am mothering my child, she will call me and say, Dr. Blair said, Dr. Blair told me when I was in London that you don't do this when it comes to children. You make sure the floor is not wet when it comes to children. So she's always referencing
Dr. Blair.
I feel like if Dr. Blair could have earned money from each time she mentioned his name, that man would be a billionaire. Like, she is a fan of Dr. Blair.
Dr. Blair. Oh, did you ever get to meet Dr. Blair?
Yes, because he was our doctor.
Okay, he was a pediatrician.
And he was fantastic, lovely Caucasian man, very nice, and just the greatest, like, doctor-patient type of approach. Very, very nice, like, bedside manner, as they say, right? But, yeah, my mom is a Dr. Blair stan. Dr. Blair.
Whatever he says goes.
Whatever he says goes. Till today, his legacy is still here.
Oh, my God.
And it's being passed on. His advice is being passed on in how I am now also raising Kadosh.
Yeah. Awesome.
So, yeah, that's definitely a funny thing. Anybody who hears her talk about Dr. Blair, you just be like,
here we go
we've
again.
We've heard Dr. Blair, we've heard. Okay, so the next question, what's an unexpected moment or a surprising moment you experienced with your mom when growing up?
A couple of surprises, but I think it was when she, these days are like, oh, you don't spank, you don't. But when she had it with my elder brother, I've never seen her so upset. And come to think of it, I don't really know what caused that, but I'm sure he will know. He will still remember what it was, but it really, really did upset her, and I've never seen her go. And ever since that time, I think she kind of cautioned herself, I think, because I've never seen her that upset before. And it really took all of us by surprise. Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah. Yes.
You see, I would never assume that Lucky would have been troublesome.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, that something just happened, which I don't know what happened, but she snapped, right? And it took all of us by shock that, wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I see Lucky next, I would
remind him.
I will remind him that once upon a time. Yeah,
so that took us by surprise. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, we all kind of came out of it, but yeah, I think she also kind of cautioned herself, I believe, but because I've never seen her
that
upset again after that. Yeah.
I would have thought it was Emeka that would have caused this kind
Oh,
of...
I'm sure Emeka had his. We also have other stories about him, and Emeka was she had her thing with Emeka, but Emeka was also like the jokester in the house, right? So sometimes you don't know when he's serious, when he doesn't, but he had his thing too with her, but...
But it was that particular moment that really stood out.
Yes, this one. Okay. Yeah, it really stood out. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, an unexpected moment or surprise that I experienced with my mom, I think we were living... Where were we? I think we were in Canada. Is it Canada or Venezuela at the time? But we were all kids, and we were living there. And it was a day that one of my siblings and my cousin, I believe, were making fun of me. Right, so they were just picking on me that day and making fun of like my nose, I think. So I think I was feeling really bad. And my mom came in and heard what they were saying, and she's like, you people are making fun of Adaeze's nose. She's like, don't you people know that she has the face of a star?
Oh.
And so when she said it, right, I just felt really good. Because they stopped talking and I was like, I have the face of a star.
And that's
And it stuck,
yeah,
and I grew up, and I held on to that, right? Like, the face of a star, and it just made me feel good. So as an adult, I went back to her one day, and I said, Mommy, actually Madre, I call her Madre, because Madre is Spanish for mom, and we lived in Venezuela. That just stuck since we were living there. And I said, Madre, do you remember when you said I had the face of a star? And I was just beaming with pride. I was like, she's just going to remember now and just wow everybody, because we're all, I think one of my siblings there, or two of them. And I said, do you remember?
Yeah.
And she looked at me and she said, Adaeze, when did I tell you you have a face of a star? And when she said that, I was like what?
This thing that I've been holding all my life.
What are you saying? She was like, Adaeze, did I tell you you have the face?
But the thing is that that's a mom, right? She did that to just quell the whole thing that time.
But if you see my shock, and everybody in that room that day, everybody just burst out laughing, like, hi! And I was just like,
what you've been holding on.
I've been holding on to this. Like, this gave me hope that day. And so, yes, so that's the type of jokes that my mom is like. Even something she said, though, she has now forgotten that she's the one that said it. But yeah, I never forget that.
Well, it served its purpose that time, I'm sure.
It definitely did. Okay. So next question, tell me something about your mom that you admire. And it could be more than one thing that you admire.
Yeah, for her, I think it's her, my mom is she's a strong woman. And I was just looking at her the other day, and I'm so happy I came around back this time to see her and to see how far she's gone and where she is today. She was, and she's still a strong woman. And strong-willed. You know, a woman that will go to Lagos, buy things. Like we had a store then that we sold cloths, materials, and she was sewing. She'll go to Lagos, she'll go to Kano, she'll go to, what's the other place she goes to? Lagos, Kano, those two major places, Onitsha, and buys these things and sell. And she has this thing about business. You know, my dad gave her an amount to use for her business, and she turned it in folds, in returns. But very strong, very strong. And when you say strong to the core, she's a very strong-willed woman. So much that we see that playing out even in her old age now, that when she says a thing, it's hard to tell her that like change your mind about it. She can be very stubborn about certain things, but I think that was what pulled her through those years. She was such a very strong woman, and in a business where not every woman was into those business those days, right? But she broke through, and she diverse in various ways. She was tying scarves then, she was making hair. She taught us a lot about business too, right? So for me, I see that in her, and consistency. My mom was a very consistent person. So much now that now also I'm seeing it playing in her life, that if she doesn't have that consistency, she struggles with it too, right? But those are the things, strength and consistency. My mom was she was a very strong woman. Yeah, so I admire that, and hopefully I have that character too and features in my own life. But she was very strong. Industrious, yeah.
Strength and consistency.
She was.
Consistency.
Yeah.
So let's see, the same question, something I admire about my mom. I would say strength as well. I would also say resilience, just being able to bounce back from whatever life throws.
Yeah.
She will bounce back.
Yeah.
She will find a way. I would also say resourcefulness.
Yes.
When my mother needs something done or needs something to happen, she will find a way.
A way around.
Somehow, somewhere, someone will be involved, but she will find a way.
To make it work.
It will happen. And whatever is needed, once she makes it something that she has to have or has to get done, she will find a way to make it happen. So I really respect that quality. And then I also really respect the fact that she, once upon a time, used to be an English teacher. And it always sticks with me because she has a really good love of communication and a really good command of the English language as well.
Yeah.
And Igbo too. She speaks Igbo well and all of that. And it's just her way of communicating, her communication skills. I just really admire it. And I think I got whatever I am capable of doing when it comes to communication from her and from my father too. So, yeah, I really, really appreciate that.
That's good.
And her fashion sense.
Oh, yeah, that one too
really
about my
appreciated
mom.
that.
Yeah, fashion.
It was very
Fashion
simple
sense.
but classy.
Yeah.
Very simple but classy.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's see. How did your mom instill a sense of value in you as a person when you were growing up?
Then parents hardly say, "Oh, I love you." They hardly say some affirmations, but their actions proved more than their words could say. She believed so much in my parents' beliefs. Now, when I talk about her, I also talk about my dad. Believed so much in education and empowering you. So they weren't particular about, oh, you must read this, but you must go to school and you must be very productive. And that's why most of us, we stayed with our parents till when we got married, literally, right? So my mom instilled the same thing we saw her, the strength, and then she also instilled discipline. Discipline was a big thing in the home. And discipline is not necessarily like spanking and beating, but there was just a way they were able to enforce discipline on us. That we don't call it as abuse these days, the way that the kids of nowadays call it. But it's something that today we are very, very thankful for. So she instilled that value for consistency, hard work, and she proved to me that she wouldn't say, "Oh, you can make it, you can do this," which I do to my kids now. But the fact that she can just pour into me and just turn her back and just, "You got this," just make me rise up to the occasion that I can do this. It took me a while to get into university, but there was never a day my mom spoke words to say, "Oh, you can't make it. Oh, everybody has gone to school. No. She kept always being consistent with, "Okay, you're writing this exam, you're going to get through," So that was her own way of showing love. So, yeah, so those things instilled in me that I can make it, I can be strong, I can be resilient, and she was the perfect example I was looking at, right? After school then, we were always with her in the store, in her shop where she sells this thing. So you could just see her interacting with people, making sales, negotiating. She had a way with her voice. Some people were like, some people, they don't even like passing through and seeing her. They were like, once we come now, we're going to buy something. Because my mom has just a way of, just making you buy something. Like, even if it's like more what you want, you buy. Just something about her. She's very industrious. So she installed all of that in me. And that, for me, it's also telling me indirectly that you can make it. You got this. I trust you. And here I am today. Yeah.
I love that. Okay. So let me look at the question again. How did your mom instill a sense of value in you as a person? So for me, I would say, similar to what you're saying, it wasn't so much what she was saying as much as what she was doing. So she sacrificed time and energy and effort care for us on a daily basis. She implemented routines and schedules into our life.
Yes.
She prioritized education for us and helping us do our homework and things of that nature. So for me, every time she was giving up time, energy, effort, it was communicating to me that I was worthy enough to receive that time, that energy,
to
that
be
effort.
invested on.
To be invested in, thank you. And also it was in times when she showed up when I needed to be advocated for. So, and what I mean by that is like, maybe if something happened in school and a teacher maybe incorrectly beat me for something that I didn't do, something like that, as an example, she would show up in that school. The minute she hears that any of us, and this is not just me, for all of us her kids, the minute she hears that some kind of injustice was done against us, as long as we're not at fault, it was an actual injustice, she's showing up. And she's ready. She's ready to combat that teacher and let you know, or go to the principal. And she did that more than once for several of us. So that always showed me that this is a woman that thinks I'm valuable enough to show up when it's time to advocate for me. Because I was too young to advocate for myself. So that always sticks in my mind like, no, she values me because she shows up to fight for me when it's time to fight. And not physical fight, but just showing up for me,
advocating for you,
wherever injustice might be towards me or my brother and my sisters. The next one is, what is one piece of wisdom that your mom passed down to you that you still put into practice today?
There are lots of wisdoms that she, over time, I realized that these are nuggets that I have to run with. One is consistency. She was one person that is always consistent about things. And more of her industrious business side, she needed to be consistent. Another thing, wisdom I will look at, I know it's like, it's a character, it's a trait, but I also look at it as wisdom, because if you know this, then it takes you a long way. It's hard work. My mom believes so much in hard work. So for me, the hard work, again, I have to balance it, right? Balance it with, like I mentioned earlier, rest. But she was one that she instilled that wisdom of hard work, and how you go about hard work depends on whatever comes you're working with, career, family, yourself, whatever, school, to always get the best. This is somebody that will come back from, like, all the way from Lagos, like overnight. She would travel like the day, buy the stuff, travel through the night and come back in the morning, shower, and rush back to work, to market, to go display all the things that she bought, right? So you will think that, you should want to sleep in and catch some rest. No, she just kept, because for her, consistency has to keep being there. So for me, those are the little, and many more things, but those are the ones that stand out for me. Okay,
I like that. So for me, one piece of wisdom that my mom passed down that I still apply today is, there was a time she had told me, Adaeze, always trust God above any human.
Oh, wow.
And she told me this when I was a child at some point. I can't remember what happened, but it just came up in conversation and she just had said it to me. And I remember it just stuck. Like, it just resonated with me. And she was like that, with God doesn't fail, meaning he doesn't fail in him being good. But humans have capacity to fail. So it just stuck with me. Now, I thought it's just something she came up with from her own experience of life and wisdom. Until I think it was last year, I was reading the scripture, reading the Bible. And there was the part in the gospel where it said, and Jesus did not entrust himself to them because he knew the heart of man. And I started laughing. I was like, Madre said this when I was a child. She said this, it's just I didn't realize it was biblical too. But she said this. So she always made it clear that, you'd set yourself up for disappointment to put full trust in any human, right? And not that you won't love people. You love people, you're good to people, you receive goodness from people, you enjoy people, all of that. But she was just like, as a human being, she said, including herself, that she has capacity to fail in an area, in something. So the only person to give 100% trust is God, because God cannot fail in who he is. So that just stood out to me. And then when the Bible now confirmed it again for me recently, I said, this woman,
she knows what she's saying.
It came from somewhere wise.
Yes.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, so last question. Name a song that best describes your mom.
I think it's the popular Sweet Mother song.
Sweet mother, I no go forget you
for this suffer way you suffer for me. Anytime, back in Canada then, anytime we have Nigerian gathering or a woman is having a birthday, the DJ always goes 70s once in a while and brings back that song. And even my children, they know that song. It's because if you listen to the word, and sometimes you tear just listening to the depth of those songs. But every line describes who my mom is. Again, she wouldn't say, oh, I love you. Oh, you are this. But she was an epitome of the sweetest mother you can ever think of. That went out of her way to show love, to show, to give, and to keep giving and keep inquiring how you're doing, giving out love in every form you can think of, and very hardworking. Somebody that could run the family, run her business, and do any other thing you can still put on her plate. So that's the song I will always sing or choose that describe her. Yes.
Sweet mother.
Yes.
It's a beautiful song.
Yes.
And it's timeless.
You can play it 30
years ago, today, 30 years from now, it will still be relevant.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay, so a song that best describes my mom. It's techno. It's that song, allow me to enjoy myself. Allow me to enjoy myself. See,
Why?
She likes enjoyment.
Good for her. Good for her.
My mother likes to enjoy herself.
Good for her.
Yes, and it's interesting because she's a big believer in, like you said, working diligently, putting effort, sacrificing when you need to. And there's an and with her, and enjoyment.
Good.
So she appreciates enjoyment. She likes to be able to be happy and to smile.
So she got this whole, and don't forget yourself, take care of yourself. She got it quite early too, right?
No, I'm sure at some point she also maybe had sacrificed rest. I mean, I would have to ask her directly her experience with that. But I'm sure just from our upbringing, I felt like there were times when she sacrificed and gave a bit more, and therefore she wasn't able to rest at that time, at particular times. She wasn't able to rest well, right? But the core of who she is a person who enjoys herself. She likes to enjoy herself.
Good for her.
She likes to enjoy herself. And so that song will always come to my mind.
Yes.
And there's one more song. It's from a Sierra Leonean artist, Emerson. And the song is called No Stress.
No stress.
And it's like, me no want no stress. Me no want no stress. And I played it for her one day and she's like, that's my, add it to the list. Add it to the list. So, yeah. Enjoyment and no stress or limited stress.
Good for her. So, but you guys know her for that. So you go out to do that for her.
Yes, we
to
try.
Make sure she, that's awesome. That's her reward.
Absolutely.
Yes, that's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you so much, Grace. It's been a pleasure again.
Yes.
Sitting with you and chatting with you.
The pleasure is mine. I had fun. Thank you for having me.
Had a good time.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for listening in. This was a special Q&A episode dedicated to our moms, our fantastic, beautiful, loving moms who we cannot go a day without just thanking for their greatness, for their love, for their sacrifice. We may not tell them this all the time, but hopefully they are going to watch this episode and they'll be able to know how much we love and care for them. So if you like this episode, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share with those in your network, with your moms, with your friends, and tune in for the next episode when it comes around. All right, have a good one.